What you save will save you. Story time. So I'm going to draw a story from the Bible. Apologies to those that are not Christians. I am just going to bring out the story and narrate it and draw lessons from that story so everybody will be on the same page. Kachiko? Now let's get right into it. So there's this woman in the Bible. Her name is Rahab. She's a prostitute, like I said. She lived in Jericho. Now Jericho is a very strong city. It's a place that it is heavily fortified, heavily protected, heavily secured. It is just likened to like presidential villa in Aso Rock. You know, the way it is heavily protected. Even if any fly anyhow, the fly might be shot. Yes, the fly might be gone down. That is how secured, tightly secured that place is. Exactly the way Jericho is. Not, and they had a king, right? It was tightly secured. The gates were locked or shut because of the Israelites, and there was no going, there was no coming. Everybody was at alert, and the walls of Jericho were so strong. Go and read about it. Very, very strong. So that's the kind of city she lived in, and she was a prostitute. And then there's this guy called Joshua. He sent 2 spies to the land because Jericho is it is where they are supposed to pass through to Canaan land, right? But here they are heavily fenced, and the people won't allow them in, and that's the only passage to where they are going through. So it's a challenge. So this guy Joshua sent 2 spies to Jericho to check how it is and all of that. And then when these guys entered Jericho, 2 people went to tell the king, king, 2 guys has entered our village and they are in Rahab's house. So when this guy came into the village, Rahab the prostitute took them in. They slept over at her place. Nothing happened. They slept over at her place. She gave them food, shelter, and all of that. And then she knew that the king was going to come for them, so she hid them. She went to hide them somewhere on the roof and she shall cover them, eat them well. So when those soldiers thereof came to her house to order the arrest of those men, because of course they were going to kill them, and she knew, that's why she had to protect and hide them somewhere. So when those guys came, those soldiers, they searched everywhere, they didn't see anything, and they asked her, where are these guys? She said, they left. She shall misled them and the soldiers left. So that was how she rescued those guys, and she also led them back to where they came from. She didn't just rescue, she didn't just protect them, she also led them back safely to where they came from. However, she did something. So after the soldiers left and she was, I think, discussing with them on their way back, she said something. She said, I know you have a God. Before I even go into the story, the first lesson to learn from her is that she feared and acknowledged God. She said something in Joshua chapter 2 verse 3. She said, I know you fear God. I know your God is powerful. I know your God is mighty and all of that. So she feared and acknowledged who God is. She knew that God is a very powerful God. She knew, right? And she acknowledged it. That's the first lesson to learn from her. Some of you are not a prostitute, but you don't even fear God. You do things anyhow. You don't acknowledge God. You don't reference God in your life. That's the first thing this woman did. She feared the Lord. She acknowledged God, right? Second thing she did is that she's kind. These guys are total strangers. She didn't know them from anywhere. She just saw them in the land and she took them in. That is an act of pure kindness, no strings attached. Just the same thing Sarah did in Genesis. She just saw two people walking or journeying across, and she invited them in, took care of them, not knowing that these guys were angels. That is what Rahab did too. She took these guys in, protected them, gave them food, shelter, and secured them. And she did that because that is who she is. She's naturally kind, no strings attached. She just did not want the king of the land to kill these guys, so that's why she did that. You can read that in Joshua chapter 2 verse 3. She said she took them in because she did not want the king to kill them. That's lesson number 2. She is kind. The question is, are you kind? You are not a prostitute, yet you are not kind. Are you kind to people, to strangers, people you don't know? Are you only kind to your family members and your friends that have money? Are you a kind person? If you see someone that needs help and you can help, do you look away, or you actually prefer solution to the best of your capacity? Let's be kind to one another. That's the second lesson to learn from this woman. She is just a kind person, no strings attached. Number 3 lesson is that she is smart. She's what? She gets street sense. This is what I mean. So after saving these guys and she was escorting them back to their village, she struck a deal with them. She said, guys, look, I've saved you, and I know you guys are coming back to destroy this village, but when you come back, please, I ask for just one thing: save myself and my household, save myself and my family. That is just the deal she struck with them. And those guys were like, oh, why not? Yeah, sure. And when they got back, they reported to Joshua everything that happened. And when the children of Israel and Joshua came back for the city, came to destroy the city, they spared this woman. Why? Because she saved them. What you save will save you. The question is, what are you saving? Now, that singular phrase applies to many aspects of our lives. It applies to money, it applies to relationships, it applies to friendship, it applies to anything. What you save now, whether directly or indirectly, will save you in the future. The question is, what are you saving? Are you even saving anything at all? Are you saving relationships? Some of you don't know how to maintain good relationship. Are you saving money? There's this popular saying that the money you save now will save you tomorrow. No be lie. Those days of last 2K, it is the money I saved that saved my life. What are you saving? What are you saving? Are you saving at all? What you save now will save you. This woman saved these guys, and in turn, what did they do? They saved her life. Not only her life, but the life of her family members. This woman, after doing everything, some of you, you lay the foundation so right, but after that, you don't do anything. Some of you, after setting the right foundation, you don't build on it. You don't build on it. You just lay back and allow everything to just go like that. It is one of those things God will not do for you. You need to speak up at the right time. And in fact, you need to ask for that grace. I left shyness a very long time ago because I realized that it has nothing to offer me. It does more harm than good to me. You need to speak up at the right time. Have that discernment spirit. Some of you are a good conversationalist. You know how to speak well, but you don't know how to drive home the point. You don't know how to talk to get whatever you are looking for. You just talk loosely. You talk for hours and there is nothing you are gaining from it. You need to be smart like this woman. After doing what she did, she didn't just allow those guys to go empty-handed like that. She said, guys, I have saved you. You will save me later. And did they save her? Of course. Some of you build the right foundation, the right people, the right connection, but you keep quiet. You don't build on it. You don't do anything to it. You don't speak when you're supposed to speak. You don't take actions when you're supposed to take actions. This is a major challenge for many of us. Including myself. I'm still learning, and that's why I'm putting this video out for us. It's a lesson for us. Learn to build the right relationship. When you build a foundation, build on it. When you lay a foundation, build on it. Some of you, the contacts you have are enough to save you, but you are not engaging. You are not saying anything. Some of you have family members that needs the help of your contact list, or your friends, or your boss, or whoever, but you are not bridging the gap. You are not saying anything. You are not striking that deal. You are you lay the foundation, but you allow it to go away. Please learn from this woman. Be smart. Be smart. What you save now will save you in the future. Lastly, the last lesson, you can read this part in Joshua chapter 6. That's the part that Joshua saved her and her family, none of that. Oh, I didn't tell you the story. So when Joshua came back with the army, of course they pulled down the wall of Jericho with praises according to God's instruction, right? So, and after that, Joshua ordered all of them, all the guys, all the men, all the army, to destroy everything in that land, everything in Jericho city, everything and anything that lives there, whether man or woman, destroy everybody except Rahab and her household. It was only Rahab that was spared in the whole of the city. Only Rahab. You can find this in Joshua chapter 6. Please read further. That was when the whole thing happened. Now, after this, what happened? The last thing is that it was even recorded in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 31 that by faith Rahab saved Israelites, Joshua and the Israelites, and in turn she got saved. You know, this story is just like the story of that thief at the right hand, is it right or left hand of Jesus, at the point of death, where he just said, Father, I know I'm a sinner, right, but please just help me, have mercy, count me worthy to be your. And God said, you know what, because of your sincerity, you'll meet me in heaven. And that same night, that same day, he was in heaven. Imagine someone that has stolen, that has done a lot of things all his life, and at the last minute, because of grace, mercy, and because he spoke up, he saw opportunity and he grabbed it. People of God, let us pray for discernment, that whenever opportunity is passing right in front of us, we grab it, we take action with all boldness and confidence, and we speak up at the very right time. That is a prayer point, and that is what every one of us needs to work on. So learn from the prostitute, but don't be a prostitute. Don't be a prostitute. We are just learning from our deeds, our actions, what she did that saved her. So please guys, once again, what you save will save you. What are you saving?